Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the Lord General, we have a foreign name. Spawn as a Second Marine ally, we have a foreign name. Spawn as the Warlock, we have Stigma. Yeah, Stigma8113, and as the other Warlock player, we have Kickin. We've got Guardian, and we've got Howling Banshees here. Guardian to Howling Banshees. We'll see two squads of Howling Banshees. Of course, got standard build opener from the Imperial Guards player of Imperial Guardsman, Sentinel into Imperial Guardsman. And for the Tech Marine, do we see Tactical Marine Squad? No additional scouts just yet. Nope, we are going to see this additional scout now. Now we've got first engagement here. The scouts do receive a pretty nice cast there from the Warlock. In fact, and the Guards will receive minimal damage there. They could potentially get that actually healed up. This point has been captured and is being activated. Will eventually be deactivated. Over here, Guardian Squad does get hit by the Sentinel. Only a couple models were firing at the moment in time. Tactical Marine Squad now advancing on forward, trying to get some good damage down to the Warlock. Guardian Squad's getting some good damage onto the Tactical Marine Squad. Tactical Marine's also in the region as well. Now the Warlock does jump forward, knocking back some of the Tactical Marines. Tactical Marine is making a bit of a soft retreat away. And the power node is seeing a bit more fire. Olympics is now in pursuit of the Tactical Marine. And the Warlock here is now receiving quite a bit of fire. I do hear a shotgun upgrade from... I thought I heard a shotgun. Oh yeah, that's shotguns right there. Tactical Marine Squad does force back Howling Banshees there, so the Warlock has seen quite a bit of fire as well. It does fall back as well. Howling Banshees still has all 5 of the models as well, so no model drops there. But it's going to take a long time for those Howling Banshees to heal on up, and Howling Banshees need to be at full health for their engagement because they're more or less glass cannons. They do not last very long until they get into melee. Scouts do go ahead and get some damage down the Guardian Squad here. Tech Marine can go ahead and tie up the Guardian Squad in melee, which he tried to. Guardian Squad over here does fall back away from the Tactical Marines. Guardians over here. Sentinel now receiving a bit of repairs. I heard some more power generators over here. Guardian's weapon team does find a good burst there onto the Tactical Marine Squad and do fall back. And you may hear my drink opening up for him in a moment. Guardians does get some damage there on the Lord General, and he does go and sort of regroup his forces right there. Over here, 2 generators deployed on out. I'm not sure if those generators come from the Warlock player or from the Warlock player. Guardian Squad does get some good damage on the Lord General. Lord General's going to be tied up in melee by the Howling Banshees. We do got the Warlock over here getting a nice flank on these forces. Guardians... Oh, we got the stomp there, but completely whiffed. Did not hit those Howling Banshees whatsoever. And now these Imperial Guardsmen are falling back. We've got both these scouts here, both loaded with shotguns there. Good knockback onto the Howling Banshees there. Could go for another knockback there. Did, but did not actually get the knockback because they were actually in a retreat state. Warlock now is seeing quite a bit of fire from these shotguns.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
And now we've got these Guardians and Howling Banshees and Guardians weapon team deployed on out. We got, of course, a multi-las turret here. Multi-las turrets do not cause suppression. In my opinion, they're not really that worth it. Oh, wait, no, wait a second. That was a multi-las turret and the Tech Marines right there, so that was actually deployed by the Imperial Guard. Let's go for the high-power shot snipe there onto the Guardian Squad and miss the Guardian weapon team. And the Techno Marine Squad does fall back as well. These Guardian Squads, their heavy covers start to be stomped away by the Sentinel, and they do fall back.
An ally has secured a requisition point.
Scouts over here on the retreat path of these forces. A couple well-timed grenades could do some serious damage, but currently they don't have the Sergeant upgrade. Rangers gain some great range damage there onto your Guardsmen. They're now being upgraded to Sergeant. Both will be upgraded to Sergeant. 1 power generator will go down. Sentinel Guard, Imperial Guard, and the Sentinel advancing forward. The artillery spotter does throw a smoke there. Very nice. Reduce suppression on these forces. You may now see the high explosive mortar coming down with the Guardian weapon team very soon. They're calling their mortar strike. and get a direct hit there on the Guardian Whip team, knocking it around, causing it to displace. Howling Banshee is going to upgrade the aspect of strength. They do shot in the face of these Lord General and Imperial Guardsmen. Lord General's now seeing some melee hits there, and these Guardian squads. Let's get some good damage there on the Sentinel. Howling Banshees do fall on back, and they should be able to escape on out of there, but this area's been basically ceded to the Warlock up here. Cac losing a lot of sectors there. Of course, this should hopefully allow the Tech Marine to sort of secure the area. Talking about a Torrential Sentry Gun wouldn't be half bad. You got a grenade there. Did get some good damage there. No grenade from this squad here. They get some decent melee hits as well.
Scouts here.
Two scouts are sort of roaming around. Guardian squad will get quickly focused down by all of these Imperial Guards forces. And the Sentinel is going to take time to decapture the central VP. Scouts trying to camouflage forward, and they do uncamouflage there. Rangers can spot them in camouflage. One Warlock player is going for Falcon, the other one's going for Tier 2, the Lord General's going for Tier 2, and the Tech Marine has not gotten Tier 2 yet. In fact, he is quite a bit power consumed. He must invest quite a bit into upgrades. The Scouts and the Sergeants for the Scouts is probably where a lot of resources went. Plus Mastercraft Bolter, so he spent a lot of power early on. And now got this Warlock captured at this point. And now we do got a Torrential Sentry Gun here to help lock down this region. Falcon deployed on the field. The Sentinel could be upgraded to Missile Launcher once he gets up to Tier 2. It does get the power generator as well. All the power points here have been captured, or destroyed, I should say. Those are a pair of frags on the Falcon. Unsuccessful. Great mortar strike there. And the Lord General is now falling back. Does lose his entourage. Scouts, Imperial Guardsmen, and Artillery Squad are all falling back. Macy is Stomp there. They could use a Stomp there to prevent this Howling Banshee to tie up the Tech Marine Squad in melee. But it looks like they do get tied up in melee. Warlock has captured this point here. This Warlock has received no upgrades, nor has this Warlock. The Lord General's just receiving reinforcements. And now we got Wraith Guard being pulled out by the Warlock with the Rangers. Power generator sees quite a bit of fire there, does take out the power generator. Missile Launcher Barrage does get a rearm hit there on the Falcon. And now finding some more volleys onto his forces. Sentinel does fall back. I heard a heavy bolter. Probably the Torrential Sentry Gun there, trying to suppress this Ranger's now camouflage. Scouts coming over to spot them. Of course, they do have the Sergeant upgrade that allows them good spotting. And Rangers do a full retreat there. Got a large number of Guardians here. 3 squads of Guardians, plus 1 Warlock leader. Scouts are advancing forward. Points being recaptured by the Tech Marine. Good damage there onto the Guardian squad. Now do got Wraith Guard here. With a Warlock leader from nearby Guardian squad, he's able to move quicker with these guys. Remember, the Warlock leader is not affects the Wraith Guard like the Spear Seer. These forces do get suppressed right there. Very nice. Torrential Sentry Gun to suppress these forces. I wonder if the Warlock counts as a Warlock. Now that's a good question. The Torrential Sentry Gun does go down. Imperial Guardsman trying to recruit the Sentinel. And does use execute one of the models there, or no, does use I'm not sure what that ability was from. Probably for the Melta guns. Grants the Fight Harder ability. Howling Banshee do get knocked around there, but the Imperial Guards are now full retreat. Scouts are advancing forward. They could throw a pair of grenades here. A pair of grenades were thrown right there. Get some splash damage there, not a whole lot. And now the Scouts are pulling back. Missiles being fired in every single direction. Tactical Marine Squad getting tied up melee by the Warlock there, as well the Wraith Guard, the Falcon just advancing forward, getting some great damage there. Great burst there from the Sentinel. They're very stacked up. Does use a high power shot there. Probably should use them on top of the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard's now receiving quite a bit of fire. Scouts not fully reinforced. Sentinel's now advancing forward. Sentinel's now level 1. Or level 2, I should say. And more good volleys there on that Guardian squad. This Guardian squad could get wiped out. Does get the Warlock leader in time, or reinforced in time from the Falcon. Sentinels trying to run away. We do have some Ogre in here, as well as Meltaguns. Going for the Sergeant now. But looks like the Sentinel will go down. That is an important asset going down this current engagement. Does get knocked back there on the Howling Banshees. Meltaguns do some good work. Maybe we should focus the Meltaguns there onto the Falcon, which just ate a Plasma Cannon Devastator there. Guardian Squad does fall back now. And the Howling Banshees do lose the X-Arc leader. They may get fully wiped out right there. Can't reinforce while retreating back. Plasma Cannon Devastator does get a good hit there, but the Ogre received a bit too much damage from that shot. Does fall back there. Getting the Bonehead Sergeant research, so he did not lose it. Just wasn't there in the first place. Going for more Meltagun shots, getting some good hits there. He did lose one Entourage, trying to reinforce on the front line. Falcon's down to 17 health, and does go down to the Lord General. Wraith Guard do receive a pretty nasty hit there, but all three models will escape on out of there. Will take a bit of time to heal him up, but that's not any power or requisition bleed.
An ally has taken a victory point.
The VPs are in favor for the Warlocks by a very large margin.
Ready for duty.
Requisition point not being captured on up. We got this power point being captured as well. Another power generator being pulled out there. Looks like the Warlocks actually weren't on high power for quite some time. Just only in one set of power generators. If you take a look at each player's resources, Tech Marine has a good reserve. Lord General has a small reserve of requisition. And the Warlocks do actually have a decent reserve of power, just not requisition. Of course, we do have the artillery spotter here. It does get a decent heal there onto the Imperial Guardsman. Could use a little bit of reinforcements. Scouts now camouflaging around. Of course, got the Tactical Marine Squad as well. And that Guardian Squad may have been fully wiped out. I think it was. Grenades on the retreat path, getting some great hits there. But of course, did not take out the Warlock leader on the one squad. And in fact, both of them have a decent amount of models left. Benches getting some good hits there onto the power generators, especially thanks to the X-Shark leader. Benches do falling back. Over here, got the Lord General falling back as well. Imperial Guardsman, Ogre, and charging forward. Does knock back the Howling Banshees there. Artillery Spotter, Imperial Guardsman getting some good damage on in. Gets a decent heal there with the All-Shark. Creeping Barrage now coming on in as well. Special attack there from the All-Shark, knocking back the Oberon and Howling Banshees, and all the Warlock forces may be falling back. These forces are getting back in the corner. Warlock is still not retreating back, and now they're all retreating back. But we've got the Witchblade Chronos giving good AoE melee ability. The other Warlock has no upgrades. We've got Imperial Stormtroopers being blown up by the Lord General. And the Tech Marine has going for tier 3, and the Warlock here is going for tier 3 as well. It's just not common to see Bane Blades in 2v2s, but it looks like the Imperial Guardsman not eyeing for, the Lord General's not eyeing for a Bane Blade at the moment. Do not have tier 3 being researched by both Warlock players, and the Lord General's pretty far away from tier 3. The regular Stormtroopers are not being upgraded at the moment. Great knockback there by those Ogren, as well as a great knockback by the Witchblade of Kornos. These squads are falling back. The Bonehead Sergeant is still alive, and the Artillery Spotter does get direct hit there onto the All-Shark, but does not knock her back. Fight Hard ability was just activated. Imperial Guardsmen still trying to run away. Stormtroopers have been upgraded to Overcharge Hotshot Las Guns. They have their access to Frag Grenade ability now. And now we've got some sort of shield ability right there. I'm not sure what that shield ability is. And the Stormtroopers get fully wiped out there. Ooh, big loss. Tech Marine's almost going down. We got these Howling Banshees, Guardian Squad, and the Wraith Guard advancing forward. Good hits there onto the power generator. Both sides have been losing a lot of power. And now one of the Warlocks going for some Seer Council, which will be very effective against their opponent's current composition. Those are all Plasma Grenade on the Plasma Cannon Devastator. Good hit there. Plasma Cannon Devastator, of course, got devastated by Plasma. Rangers, Howling Banshees trying to capture this point, as well as the Warlock. The Howling Banshees do fall back. They need repairs or reinforcements. Another Power Generator does go down to the Wraith Guard. Is that a Tactical Marine drop? Or is no, Terminators. At first that was going to be then I was guess myself thinking Venerable Dreadnought, but we do now have Terminators brought up by the Tech Marine. Not sure which upgrade he should go for. All of them seems not half bad. Heavy Flamer, because they're not faced against a lot of light. The Cyclone Missile batteries not half bad, and of course we got the Assault Cannon. All of which are generally anti-infantry, and they're fighting against infantry. We do not have a Fire Prism beyond the build Q4 and the Warlocks. Scouts come charging forward to throw a grenade. Nope, Shotgun Blast to get them out of cover. Ogre now charging forward. They do not destroy the energy shield just yet. Ogren's now charging forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Guardian Squad. And the Artillery Squad are maybe eyeing for a barrage of some sort. Got these forces pushing forward, getting quite grouped up. Looks like I got the old Lord General getting another entourage. Looks like the Vox Operator.
300 points remaining.
We have now the Fight Hard ability being activated. Lord General's received a bit of fire there. Sergeant does receive a bit of hit. Got these forces advancing forward. Fire Prism finds a good volley there onto the Lord General. Does fall back. And now you got the mortar barrage from the Artillery Squad coming on in. Does do Lord General's now a full retreat. That's Marine Squad getting overwhelmed. Scouts and Terminators in this region. We have a Tarantula Sentry Gun here that can provide some decent suppression. It's set up in a pretty decent angle. It does find suppression there. Terminators not being upgraded the missile battery, the Cyclone missile launchers. Notice that these forces do get suppressed by the base turrets. They do fall back. Lord General can push on forward again. And you got the Cyclone missiles getting some good hits there. Terminator now seeing a bit of fire. And this Tech Marine is going to be overwhelmed by the Howling Banshees. Fire Prism receiving much needed repairs. And the Tech Marine is sort of just stuck there. And the Tech Marine does go down. The Lord General can, of course, easily pick him back up. Seer Council and Howling Banshees advancing on forward. Plasma Cannon Devastator finds good there in the Guardian Squad. Terminators advancing on forward, finding good cover for the Plasma Cannon Devastator. Plasma Cannon Devastator gets a decent hit there on the Fire Prism. Lord General is now trying to pick up the Tech Marine. Terminators engage in Seer Council in melee. I think the Seer Council tend to counter the Terminators, but should be a relatively even fight. Good hit there in the Guardian Squad there. Plasma Cannon Devastators getting forced back from all the melee forces. Ogren's charging forward, trying to get some good knockback there on the forces. Does get some good knockback there. Fight Hard ability was just activated. Tech Marine could get a high-powered shot on something. Connect burst from the Rangers onto the Ogren there. Wraith Guard now falling back. Got Guardian Squads here. One of them severely wounded. May see a frag grenade tour here. That wouldn't be half bad. Great shotgun blast there. And got the mortar smoke onto the Fire Prism. And it looks like one of the Guardian Squads does get annihilated by a grenade. Goodness there from the Cyclone missile battery. The other Guardian Squad could be potentially wiped out, but the knockback from the Fire Prism does save it. Team Russ being put on the field. Great grenade hit there. Did one of the scouts get wiped out? Yeah, one of the scouts just got wiped out. Team Russ advanced forward. One of the Imperial Guard squads also has been wiped out. But still has one for repairs, plus there's always the global repairs from the Tech Marine as well as himself, the Tech Marine, and the Scout Squad. The one that's still not wiped out.
Has taken a victory point.
Warlock does get forced back, does decapture that requisition point there. Oh, howdy, I just saw your YouTube comment. I will, for now. Now the Lehman Russ advancing forward, fires some shots there. Tasma with the Vancture Cannon, which is probably a good idea versus Fire Prisms. You got the Ogre now stomping their way back home. And now the D-Cannon is falling back. You got the fusion gun on the Arch target, a pretty decent weapon there. Mortar does come on in, Incendiary Mortar actually. Lord General has been also upgraded the compare pace armor, grants staying firm ability. Now we got the Terminators advancing forward. Does hold some missiles there, but decides to cancel the ability there in order to get some great melee hits there onto the rear armor of the Fire Prism. The Emeralds needs to start advancing forward and hunt down that Fire Prism. The Terminators does get the hit kill there with the Fire Prism on the Fire Prism. Now the Terminators need fire support from this Lehman Russ. The Terminators are about ready to go down to those infantry forces. Even Barrage does come forward, but we've got Zero Council and the Howling Banshee still there, but they can't move around because the squad formation is disrupted so severely. We've got the snipe shot there from the Tech Marine and does force back the Warlock there. The Terminators still close under fire, does get taken out by the Wraith Guard. I got Plasma Cannon Devastator, does get a good hit there on the Wraith Guard, but they're going to be falling back. He may be on a grenade on the retreat path. Bright Lance being forced on back. Scout Squad falls back. Wraith Guard still has two models there. Plasma Cannon Devastator gets a great hit there on the Howling Banshees. And that actually is a heavy turret. We do have the heavy turret now on the field. The Lehman Russ actually did went down. I think maybe that Bright Lance. I was too busy focused on the Terminators. And now the Ogre are falling back. They are level 3, but if he upgrades to... Oh! He kind of gets another kill there. I was going to say he could upgrade them to Bulgrin if he so chooses. Ogre will fall back in time. Now got the Lord General getting some good hits there on the Arch Tark. Over here, heavy turret still does find a shot there, but rolls like it rolls a miss. And now we got the Imperial Guardsmen falling on back. I'm not sure where those rounds are going for the heavy turret. Tech Marines into repairs there. We've got now have a Venerable Dreadnought charging his way forward, trying to gauge that Guardian Squad. Blue team's only down on 9 tickets. That's not a lot remaining. That's nothing remaining. Heavy turret does going down to the Wraith Guard there. Now the Venerable Dreadnought's trying to stop the decapture. I would say he wants to charge down the Wraith Guard, but needs to engage that Guardian Squad. That Guardian Squad, I suppose they have a capture in their favor. The other points is being captured by Red. And Barrage being brought on in could disrupt this formation. And it does disrupt the decapture. Wraith Guard does get forced back. Ogre may want to try to just decapture that point. And now the Plasma Cannon Devastator is getting overrun by the Warlock. The Warlock could potentially go down, but of course there is the Warlock to support the Warlock. And the Warlock does go down, but the Warlock can of course turn around to pick up the Warlock. Okay, that's enough of that joke. But Plasma Cannon Devastator does get fully wiped down. Venerable Dreadnought here. Does not spot the Ranger Squad camouflage round. We got the Sierra Council and the Howling Banshees in these forces. Blue does not have a whole lot of forces remaining. Lord General, he needs to use his red points to blow out Lehman Russ probably, because he needs to save his power, use the red points to blow out quick Lehman Russ, and that's probably all he can do. The heavy turret won't be all that useful. Venerable Dreadnought's trying to charge away, get some repairs. Technically, we need to spend some red points to go on the global repairs. Oh. And I just realized this, the point decaptured over here means it was counting down against blue, and that is the end of the replay. This is Anna Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.